You're back? Well, it must be Thursday again. So it's time for another Throwback Thursday. This is going to be the first week we're not doing an anime, so if that's what you're expecting, sorry. So in the 90s, there was one dominant cartoon that, made cartoons not just for kids, it made it for families. And that was The Simpsons. But we're not talking about The Simpsons, really. We're going to talk about the first cartoon that showed cartoons could be for adults too, not just kids or families. And that would be King of the Hill. Now, King of the Hill actually started in 97 and it went on to 2010. 13 seasons in its run. And even today, the reruns are everywhere. It's on all the streaming services, most of them. It's still memed, it's still relevant, it's still everything. I enjoyed watching it all the time, even when I was younger, even though it's not directly aimed at kids. But I wanted to talk about it because for my Flash Forward segment, I'm going to talk about a different show that ushered in what I call the second generation of adult animation. I feel like King of the Hill really did it in the first place. I know The Simpsons came out first. I know it was on for years. I will say that this is my opinion, but more came out after King of the Hill, and I'm not saying it was inspired or anything like that. And obviously, King of the Hill was just a spin-off of characters, tropes from Beavis and Butthead. But itself, as a show, is solid, and it has great stories, hilarious episodes. Yeah, it's like any other show back then that was made for syndication. Some episodes are hits, some are misses. It's just what we had to deal with back then. It was so any person could sit down and watch it and not really have much context. That being said, after it, we had South Park, we had Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane spawned I don't know how many cartoons out of that. I do know how many, but this isn't about him. So, King of the Hill came on strong. The early seasons were okay. They weren't bad at all. I would say they just took a little while to hit their groove. And when they picked up and realized what comedy worked and what didn't, what storylines worked, what characters were better than the others, they started really putting them front and center, and it developed into a fun series. And I think it really accredited more animation to being for kids here in the Western states anyways. There was plenty of adult animation like in Japan and anime, but still. So I'm going to catch you tomorrow with a second wave.